Welcome to T Boys TV. We are back again with another Hatter Show, obviously episode 128, and we are here again for another massive game, another big team coming to Anfield, flipping from Anfield, coming to Kenilworth Road on Sunday, 4:30 kickoff. Another game for us on TV, and we are back again to preview it. So like always, I'm joined with my dad. How are we, Dad?
Yeah, well, good, mate. You?
Yeah, looking forward to this one. Do you know what I mean? Big watch along planned on TV as well, like we say. Yeah, man, looking forward to it. But let's go through some comments. Big up to everyone inside as well. Big up to Jordan. We'll be on his channel tomorrow, previewing this game as well. He says, big up to Tyler. Big up yourself, mate. Big up to Luca as well. He says, big up, and he says, you good? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Hope you are. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So, obviously we take on Liverpool, let's say 4:30 kickoff, on Sunday, Super Sunday, as they say. And it's an interesting one going into it for sure. So let me do the insight like I always do, and then we'll say our thoughts. You know the drill by now. So timeline when it comes to this. This is the first meeting between Luton and Liverpool in any competition since January 2008, with the Reds winning an FA Cup third round replay 5-0 at Anfield. Liverpool have lost just one of their last 10 meetings with Luton in all competitions, winning 5, drawing 4, going down 3-1 at Kenilworth Road in January 1991. Luton are unbeaten in their last 4 home league games against Liverpool, which is good to hear, for us. Winning 2, drawing 2. With this, the first such meeting since a goalless draw in August 1991. Luton are yet to keep a Premier League clean sheet in 10 games this season. The first time they've failed to keep a clean sheet in their opening 10 league games since 2019-20 in the Championship. In what is their first ever season in the Premier League, of course. Just going to put the laptop on charge. I didn't realise it's going to die. Get it? There we go. In what is there? So they are looking to avoid becoming only a second team to concede in each of their first 11 games in the competition, along with Leicester in 1994, first 18 for them. And in the last one, Liverpool have lost just one of their last 21 Premier League games, winning 14, drawing 6. A late defeat to Spurs in September. They have, however, lost their last 2 away games against newly promoted sides, last having a longer such run between December 2010 and March 2012, which was 4 in a row. And then a bit more going into it. So obviously it's a 4:30 game, as we know, Super Sunday on TV again. And this will be the first time, obviously, Kenilworth Road has had a 4:30 Super Sunday, obviously in the Premier League and in general on Sky Sports. Rob Edwards' Hatters fell to defeat last weekend when they visited Aston Villa after a remarkable comeback from 2 goals down at Nottingham Forest a week previously. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool sit in 4th place in the Premier League and are undefeated in their last 3 games. League games following a victory against Forest. And then obviously going into this game, there will be a minute's silence, mark of respect for Remembrance Day. And the Luton Town team will have poppies on their shirts. And then a bit more about Liverpool going into it. Klopp has transformed Liverpool since his arrival in 2015, replacing Brendan Rodgers whilst the Reds were 10th in the Premier League. Since Klopp's appointment, the stagnated, I think that says, Liverpool side that Klopp inherited quickly became a challenging force in the top flight again. The Reds have battled with Manchester City across multiple seasons, winning a Premier League title, a Champions League title, an FA Cup and a League Cup. Egyptian international Salah has had 32 Premier League goal involvements in 2023. Only City's Erling Haaland has more. Liverpool have lost just one of their last 21 Premier League games, but have lost their last 2 away games against newly promoted sides. Only 3 players have Croatia is in the Premier League this season, and Hungarian international Dominik Szoboszlai, who joined the club this summer from RB Leipzig. And then obviously the last time these 2 sides played, obviously at Kenilworth Road, was when Luton were in League One, forced the 2007 Champions League finalists Liverpool to replay after drawing their 3rd round tie in January. And then obviously Peter Crouch thought he had booked Liverpool's place in the 4th round when he scored in the 73rd minute before John Arne Riise put the ball in his own net 3 minutes later. So, yeah, that's that. Obviously, last time out, don't need to get into it anymore. The Villa game for us. Team news going into it as it stands. Obviously, you would think Rob Edwards would have done his press conference today, given I know we're playing on Sunday, but they still do them on Friday. Whoever, even the other teams that play on Sundays at times, they do it on Fridays. So, as it stands, according to this, there'll be no changes to Luton Town squad that are available for selection at Villa last weekend. So, as it stands, that means Bell's out, obviously Reece Burke, Anderson, Steele, Potts, Luke Berry, and Clark remain sidelined and unavailable for selection, despite a number of those making good progress in their recoveries. The officials going into it, which is, again, it's interesting. We have to, keep going through this. Andy Madley, 56 yellow cards and 2 red cards have been handed out by Madley across his 11 games this season. Luton Town last had a game ran by Madley when we overcame Rotherham at the New York Stadium back in November 2020. So 3 years ago, which is interesting. And then assistant referees, Harry Leonard and Nick Hopton. 4th official is Anthony Taylor, so that's interesting. VAR, Craig Pawson, and then assistant VAR, Simon Long. So that's all of that when it comes to the preview, insight, and all of that going into that. Now, after saying all of that, Dad, how are you feeling going into this one?
It's a bit of a mixture for me. Like, on paper, we should get hammered, especially with our defensive, injuries. I don't know. I just got a feeling that this could be the first scalp we get. We have got a good record at home. It's a classic throwback game. The Premier League needs a game like that. Do you know what I mean? On paper, potentially with their form, etc., they should be beating us. But I've got subdued confidence, basically. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling going into it. This is made for us. This is the type of game that we got promoted for. So this is the game that we really need to be giving it a go a little bit more. It's what the players want. So yeah, I've just got a little feeling. It'd be more like an FA Cup game potentially. So yeah.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I mean, obviously we are, like I mentioned earlier, unbeaten in the last 4 at home. So we do have a good record, historically at home against Liverpool. Obviously, Anfield, it's different, but who isn't it different for? Let's be honest now. So, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, me personally, I've seen quite a few Liverpool fans, when they've previewed the game, a lot of different ones saying, they reckon it's going to be pretty, convincing, which, for me, it's not going to be. If you actually, look at the games we've had at home this season, they've all been tight. Yeah, we haven't got anything, like a win yet, but they've been tight, narrow. We haven't got battered to anyone at home. So, especially with how Kenilworth Road is, we know it as fans how it is, and how the crowd's going to be. It's going to be tight for me. So yeah, I'm feeling confident that we won't get humiliated like some people do think we will. If it's at Anfield and they were saying that, then I'd probably understand it, because I'd say everyone struggles at Anfield.
We've never beat them at Anfield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would make sense. You know, but I think with it being at Luton, I think it's going to be closer than people think. But let's go through some more comments. Big up to Spencer. Obviously, I knew he'd be in. He says, "Hey T, Duzzy, Chris, Luca, and everyone else. Yep, big up yourself, mate. Hope you're well." So yep, there we go with that. Big up Stephen in the chat as well. He says, "Big up Ty and Dazza. Big up yourself, mate." So yeah, obviously we'll get into the lineup in a second. Obviously, Stephen said his thoughts on one of the players, but no, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. And Stephen also says we are due a win against one of the so-called Big Six. Yeah, you know, I did say it as you know, and I know you did as well, Dad. You know, some point this season when we do play one of them, you know, so-called Big Six, we can see us getting like a 1-0, for example, against one of them.
We played Tottenham, where Chelsea are meant to be up there. I know they ain't really, but they're meant to be up there. They beat us. Might be third time lucky. Let's see.
Yeah. But yeah, we backed us to do it at some point, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. Like, you've got to think, we've only really, out of them names, we've only played Tottenham, haven't we? At home. So,
yeah, like, you know, even if we do get hiding, like, we're kind of like, that is in the back of our minds, you know what I mean? So it's not the worst case scenario. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, you know, we've probably got more, you know, more chance or just as much chance of beating Man United the way they're playing. Definitely, they just look like they don't want to play for their manager as well. We'll see about that, but you know,
see what goes on about that, because
funny things happen in football all the time. Trust me, I've seen it many a time. I remember once, right? We were in a championship and we were playing Middlesbrough. I can't remember if it's home or away, but they were top, we were bottom. They were unbeaten away or at home, and we hadn't won away at one of the others, and we beat them 4-0. You know, so that loads of. I remember another game. I can't remember who it was against. I think we'd won 6-2, but I think we were like 2 or 6-3 or something. We were like 3-0 down, 2-0 down at half time. I was listening to it. I was about 15 years old. Listened to it on the radio, just turned it off. And then when I checked the scores, like later on, we'd won 6-3 or so. I couldn't believe it. Like, it does happen. It does happen, especially with us. So you never know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Be interesting to see, obviously, what United do. Well, how they do in the next 2 games. Obviously, they've got 2 games before us. You know, hopefully for our sake, he's not gone by then if them results don't go great, because we got I'd say a fairly good chance, because you know they're not playing as a team like say they look like they don't want to play, but that's for another time. That's for next week. But yeah, that is that. So yeah, let's get straight into the lineup. So yeah, obviously lineup wise, going into this one, we're at home, so I don't expect us to be as defensive as we was against Villa. I totally get it, you know, because of the quality of Villa. But then again, I felt we did it. We sat back a little bit too much. You know, and we mentioned that on obviously the last one. These aren't all the players I'm going with. Obviously, I'll change it up. So Kaminsky in goal, yes, he's the Premier League keeper. You know, as much as he conceded 3 the other day, or the other week, shall I say, he was still up there for me. You know, that double save on the Watkins shot. You know, he done all right. Yeah, his distribution was a bit questionable, but again, I'll say it, even the top keepers, theirs are, and you know, sometimes I don't really agree when he punches it out. But I think, you know, he is the Premier League keeper and he's first choice. So you're going to go with him. Now, defence, well, there's rarely any options, isn't there? So it's got to be Osho. You know, obviously, if we had other options, I'd like to, you know, put him on a bench just because he's not quite up to speed yet, and I think he even said, you know, he didn't quite expect it to be as fast as it has been, you know. So there's that. Obviously in the middle, it's going to be Lockyer, and then the left side Menji, who obviously done very well. I give him man of the match against Villa. And then the defense, the wing backs. I'm gonna go. I know it's gonna be Kabore, but I'm going Chio, mate. I'm going Chio. Obviously, he can play on that side, as well as more attacking, but I'm going with him there. We saw him play well there against France, who obviously the former, World Cup champions. So, if he could play like that against them, or the current, then do you know what I mean? Like, I'd go with him. And then the left side, it's interesting because with Doughty, you don't want it to get to a stage like it did similar to Bell, where he's overplaying and then he gets injured, he gets a knock and gets an injury. Giles, as much as he hasn't played a lot of games, I wouldn't be too annoyed if he started in this game because we're at home, the direct crosses, etc. I am going to go Doughty only because he's got that more. Yeah, he's played more games at the moment, but I do feel he does need a rest at some point because you don't want to overdo it and then do what happened to Bell sort of thing. And then the three, let me change this up. So obviously Morris is already in. Hopefully he gets more service in this game. He'll be a lot more effective. And then my front three, I'm actually going Elijah on the left. I feel he deserves it. He's coming on. He's looking good in games. Obviously, he scored against Forest. Was part of us getting that goal against Villa as well. Him getting in the box, causing problems. So I'll go with him. And then the right side, obviously, I've got to do the CDMs as well. The right side, I'm dropping Brown and I'm going with Townsend. Again, looked good when he's come on. He's got that experience. He played for Everton as well, so he could haunt Liverpool. You never know. And then obviously midfield, Nakamba there. And then I'm going with Barkley. Again, similar to the reason I picked Townsend, that experience. Former Evertonian again. So yeah, and obviously he's Scouse as well, so we have that even more passion and to drive and do well. So that's what I'm going through. So run up of that again. Obviously Kaminsky in goal. The back three: Menji, Lockyer, Osho. It's got to be them. There's no other options. The only thing you probably could do is swap them around maybe, but yeah, Nakamba, Barkley as the two sort of more defensive ones, but Barkley goes forward at times as well. Doughty on the left, Chio on the right, and then Elijah on the left side, Townsend on the right, Morris up front. So yeah, that's my lineup. Any changes you'd make to that, Dad? Obviously, I know you've got yours up.
Like I've got a different one, but yours is very, very good actually. And I think that I'd be happy, especially for at home. It works well. Like Barkley, yeah, he can move forward and stuff, but then maybe Chio can come back and cover that a little bit. Not because we've got Townsend on the pitch that Chio doesn't need to get us forward as much. So, and Elijah in that position as well. I think that is actually pretty good. So if you're watching, we'll be able to talk about that. But I'll show you my one.
Yeah, I'm still here. Don't worry. I'm just.
So this is what.
Yes. There you go.
So obviously Kaminsky in goal, same back three as you, Menji, Lockyer, Osho, and then I feel we probably will stick with Kabore and Doughty. So obviously coming back and getting forward where they can. And then my midfield is just basically the opposite of yours, the other way around. Do you know what I mean? So I've got Barkley and Chio there. And the Canberra obviously is going to be sitting around the middle. But don't know, I just feel we need Chio. So that's why I put him in there. Over like Chong that's it really, isn't it? Chong's the only unless we are moving back. And then up front, Morris and Elijah. I feel we've got to have Elijah on the pitch, definitely. So we can't be just having Morris on his own. Like we saw out, in the last two games where he's come off and do you know what I mean? So we need, especially at home. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Like we say, obviously we need to, definitely go a little bit more attacking. We can't be as passive as we was against Villa. Like I say, it's understandable, but I felt we've done it a little bit too much against Villa. And I know you was the same on that. Obviously, we said that in the reaction. But that's the lineup. Let's go through some comments. Big up to Geordie. He says, "Well, the lads, big up yourself. Obviously, you've got Arsenal this weekend, haven't you? That's going to be an interesting game tomorrow." There we go with that. Stephen's thoughts on the lineup. He says, same team except the waster of opportunities. Brown replaced by Townsend and maybe Pelly for Barkley. Yeah, so you're on the same wavelength as us when it comes to that. No, he is. He definitely is, mate. But the thing I worry about is Kabore versus, it's going to be Jota most likely. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I do worry. I'm not going to lie. But, we've all got our opinions. All got our opinions with that. We've just, thanks to Hanno, he's helped me get a Liverpool fan on for this. Obviously, the ones I tried getting didn't quite get back to me. But yeah, we have got a Liverpool fan on, Arnie. So thank you, mate, for coming on. How are you?
How you doing, lads?
Yeah,
good,
Yeah,
mate.
just thought I'd come on and hear a bit about the game on Sunday. The first thing that comes to my mind is that 06 game we had in the FA Cup. You lot probably weren't born then, so I'm sure you heard of it though.
I was definitely born then, mate.
When Alonso scored from the halfway line, we were 3-1 down, and then we came back to win 5-3.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. But yeah, how are you feeling going into this game? Do you know what I mean? Super Sunday, 4:30.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you all right. It's a little bit laggy, but
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah. I think he's having some technical difficulties, people.
They can't hear us.
Yeah. Tell you what, leave the stream and join back.
Yeah, let me try that. Let me try, because it's breaking my ends. I'll try and come back.
But yeah, there's that. Hey, Luca, obviously we're repeating that 2-1 again. That's what Geordie reckons for Newcastle versus Arsenal. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, that. Because Arsenal need to bounce back, don't they, after that?
I think Newcastle are going to do them.
Midweek game, yeah. But St James's Park, mate. I said, we've been saying, Forest's difficult place to go. Villa, I'd say Newcastle is probably the hardest in the league. One of the hardest, anyway. But, that's for another time. But yeah, I think he's back. I'm correct. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, no, he's having a bit of difficulties. But yeah, that is that. But we'll do our score predictions. We'll get into our score predictions. So yeah, obviously you say got that little bit of confidence that we might get something, Dad. How do you see it going then? Sunday, 4:30.
I think it is going to be a game full of goals. I think it is going to be like a classic game. I do feel that some of their players and even Klopp's he's a good footballing guy in that, but I just feel like it's set up for them to not do so well in this game. When he was doing his press conference, he said, "Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't really studied, looked into it too much, but I know roughly about their story and I know roughly about their ground." Do you know what I mean? Like, it's meant to be change rooms are meant to be too. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of just gone. Yeah, it's minor. We're Liverpool. We should. That's what it seems to me. Like, but until you're there, you don't know what's going on, and you've got to experience that. And we've done it to them plenty of times over the years. Even if we have lost, but we battled rattle them. Remember Carragher? I think that was when we drew 1-1. You know, we had fans dressed up as mock scousers, etc. And we'll probably do the same again. And he got so rattled that he was running up to them mock scousers, and they were just obviously saying, "Calm down," which was hilarious. I think it was on the back page and that. And obviously he's going to be there. It's one of them games, mate. Goals. I'm getting Bournemouth vibes as well. On paper they probably hammer. They should. But do you know what? I'm going for the romance. Yeah, I'm going for a 3-2 Luton win. Come on.
Jeez. We love that. Yeah, that would be boss. And you never know with these Sunday games. They can be like goals galore. We've seen it this season a few times when they have been. Even if it's a one-sided one like the Newcastle game, that was when they won 8-0. That was a 4:30. Obviously Man United Arsenal. What was that? 3-1. They do have goals. So that's fair enough. That would be boss. Like we said, we do have a good record at home against them. So there is that to look at, and you can look at stuff like that because it does play a part sometimes. But yeah, as for my score prediction, how do I see it going? Like I say, I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of opposition. Liverpool fans are saying, a lot of neutrals as well. Like I say, it's at Kenilworth Road. A few of their players ain't going to be used to that sort of atmosphere. It's going to be rocking from minute one. And all of that sort of thing. I do think we'll narrowly lose, but I think we'll make a good account of ourselves. It'll be similar to like the West Ham game, for example, where we'll play well, and it might even be. I could see it being controversial. You just look at who's on VAR and that sort of thing. Could be one of them. Could be one of them for either side. But yeah, I'm going with a 2-1 victory for Liverpool narrowly in this one. But yeah, let's go through your predictions. Make sure you do put them in if you haven't already. With that, Chris has gone. Obviously, his second team is Liverpool. It's gone 3-0 Liverpool. Jeez, it won't be easy. Competitive 3-0. We're under most pressure. Luton have no pressure. Fans be up for it. Liverpool need to get early goal. Yeah, that's very true. A few Liverpool fans I've seen have said they need to get that early goal, which is fact because the longer it goes on, the more it benefits us. But even for us, us to get the first goal, that would be that'd be sick. And then we could build on that and try and get something like a win, for example. So yeah, there we go with that. Chris also says Liverpool weakness, high line and Shimika's side, that's best chance. Yeah, obviously Robertson being out is a benefit for us. Shimikas is decent. He's a decent backup, but I don't think he's as good as he was a few years ago. So yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. Luca again. He's gone 3-0. Geez, another 3-0. Fair enough. Geordie. He says wild prediction 1-1. I mean, it's possible, mate. Like I say, you look at the record. I don't think it's that bad of a thing to say. I'd definitely take a draw. For sure. But yeah, fair enough. Hanno's on the same wavelength as me when it comes to score. He's gone 2-1 Liverpool. Quality will shine through. Yeah, if you look at the depth, realistically, but we'll see, man. We'll see. All of us might be wrong. You never know. And then Spencer, who obviously is a Liverpool fan, has gone 3-1, which is fair enough. If I didn't say 2-1 to Liverpool and I'd still said Liverpool win, I probably would have said that, to be fair. So, fair enough. And then big up to Anfield Uncle Rods as well. We'll be going on his channel tonight, people, to do a preview again to this. We'll be doing a lot of them at the moment. So, yeah, make sure you do check that out. It's at 9:30. So if you just search in that channel, it will come up. So yeah, big up to yourself, mate. So yeah, there we go with that. Yeah, goal scorers, Dad. Who's getting the 3 goals for us?
I'm gonna say Elijah. Definitely, might even get a brace. So I'll go Elijah, Morris, and Townsend.
That'd be sick. I could see that. I could see Townsend getting off the mark. I could see Elijah scoring as well. Morris, it's one where you just have to put in weeks upon weeks, really. My goal scorer, who am I going to go with? I'm going to go Ross Barkley to get off the mark. I'm gonna back him to do something in that one. So yeah, there we go with that. Limbs in the Kenny end if we get an early goal. Yeah, if we Limbs anywhere in the ground, the away end.
Electric, absolutely electric.
And Stephen, mate, he's going to it, so he's going to absolutely love it. It's going to be mental. So enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. It'll be limbs from anywhere in the ground except the away end. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it'd be crazy. But yeah, there's that. I've said 2-1, mate. Same as you. We have 3-1 Merchants, almost went 2-1. Yeah, there was a stage, wasn't there, at the beginning of the season where Liverpool kept winning 3-1. So it makes sense. It does make sense. Anfield, Uncle Rod's has also gone 3-1 Liverpool. Fair enough. But yeah, there we go with that. But yeah, any final things you'd like to say, Dad, on anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, this is like the games we come to enjoy. So hopefully, really, like the fans should just be enjoying it, and hopefully that's kind of transfer through to the players because there's a bit of that as well. It's not the end of the world if we lose. So I think potentially, like, just play because they get done by that high line, a lot, that high line. So I feel like this is the one where if we play kind of a bit like we did last season, just go for it, like in that respect. Then we could spring a surprise, seriously. Some of them I feel it's a game for Doughty as well. He's the sort of player that probably dreamt about playing against Liverpool, things like that.
It's going to be a good battle for him. He's going to be up against Salah. So it's going to be good for him to show what he's about, really.
I think a few players will step up. Defensively, I know that's what I'm saying. Like, we are going to concede. I'll be very surprised if we don't concede like at least 2. But let's just give it to them and see what happens. But just enjoy it, and then we've got Man United. Then we got like Palace, Brentford. Then we got like Arsenal. I swear, like we've got Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal, Man City, back to back. Yeah.
So you've got to start enjoying these games. Like, so I think if you try too hard, be too defensive, and this, that, and the other, you're just going to get done in the end, and other teams will start moving ahead of you. So just go for it. Kind of like Leeds did when they first got promoted before, under Bielsa and that. They were losing sometimes, conceding loads of goals, but then they might have been winning 5-3, and do you know what I mean? Like certain games, I feel we should be doing that, and this is definitely one of them. So yeah, what are we going to do? Wait, we've already lost to Burnley at home. We're going to wait until we get Sheffield United, Bournemouth at home, and go, yeah. Do you know what I mean? What if you don't win? Do you know what I mean? Just go for it. Got nothing to lose technically.
Yeah.
What we're in the Premier League for, just go for it. Feel like, just enjoy it. Sell out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Stephen says hard run up until Boxing Day. Yeah, no, it absolutely is. Like I say, we've got to enjoy it because they are difficult, especially having Arsenal and Man City at home back to back. Yeah, it's at home, but at this moment in time, we haven't got anything at home. So let's try and get something, go before we even go into that game, and then, we'll see. But that is that. That is everything said on the Hat Show. So yeah, big up, Dad, for coming on again. No, obviously, we'll do a Hat Show, later, probably earlier on in the week to obviously review this, and then obviously we'll get into the Man United game. Obviously, that'll be on Friday as well because the game's on Saturday. But obviously a lot of content coming up, especially regarding this game. To be honest with you, obviously me and Stephen, we're going to do something new. So obviously he started up his own YouTube channel. we're going to do it on both our channels tomorrow. We're going to do like a sort of like a tactical breakdown of this game. Where can we exploit Liverpool? You know, that sort of thing. We'll be doing that at 1 p.m. So yeah, do tune into that if you can. And yeah, I'll schedule that shortly after this. So yeah, just go over to that. And then I got a watch along on Sunday to this game, and I will be having a Liverpool fan on. You lot would have seen him before. But yeah, it's going to be good. So obviously you have an opposition fan on as well as myself watching that game. And hopefully we get some sort of result. That'd be good. And then like I say, I'm going on a few channels, 2 channels as it stands, to preview the games elsewhere on Liverpool channels. So like I say, make sure you check out the ones I mentioned earlier. And yeah, like I say, I'm going on one tomorrow, so I'll put that in the community post, or if it's scheduled, I'll put it out on the video tomorrow so you lot can see it. But yeah, that is that. Big up to Stephen. He says, excellent as always, lads. Come on the town. Peace. Absolutely, mate. Big up yourself. Being in the comments, like I say, we'll be doing a video on our stream, shall I say, on our channels tomorrow, both of us. So, like I say, show love for both of us. But yeah, smash a like if you haven't already. The current like count is on 11 likes. So smash that like button if you haven't already. Obviously, I know a lot of people watch this back on playback, so smash a like there. Subscribers, we gained another one the other day. So big up to yourselves for that. We've got over the 1,830 mark. So big up to yourselves for that. Obviously, on the extra channel, we're currently on 94 subscribers. Do subscribe to that if you haven't already. Getting closer to 100 on that. And then, yeah, subscribe to obviously everything else, or shall I say follow it, all the other socials. And yeah, that is that. So hopefully we get something. That'd be absolutely boss, as they say. So yeah, until next time, take care. Peace up the town.